Having made her debut in Borderlands 2 as one of the downloadable playable Vault Hunters, Gaige hails from the planet of Eden 5, one of the multiple moons that orbit the gas giant of Eden. While we've never seen Eden 5 as of yet, by the sounds of it, it appears to be a fairly peaceful world with a developed standard of living and modern technology. When we're first introduced to Gaige, she's an 18-year-old high school student living with her parents. Her and her dad have a particularly great relationship with each other. The drama comes in with Gaige's school life. You see, she starts up her own Echolog series online where she documents her life to her subscribers. As she tells, her school is hosting a science fair, but one of the girls named Marcy Holloway really gets on her nerves in more ways than just one. She's almost the exact opposite of Gaige in every way. While Gaige is interested in things like the vaults and Hyperion sieging Pandora, Marcy is more interested in gossip and celebrities. You see, Gaige for her science fair has conceptualized something that she refers to as Project DT. It's meant to be a robot that combats bullying in her school and beats the crap out of bullies when needed. She goes through multiple revisions of its design.
Basically, the idea is that if you deploy a DT unit in a school environment, it's gonna clamp down on bullying by finding bullies and beating the crap out of them!
During the process, she accidentally cuts her arm pretty badly with some sheet metal and decides to cut it off and replace it with a cybernetic one that could control her DT unit remotely with just her arm.
I just started work on the 3rd revision of the DT project, and while I'm tinkering, I slice my arm with some sheet metal. Not a big cut, it barely goes like halfway to the bone. And it occurs to me I could just jet the wound with an insta-health and get back to circumventing the Turing chip with a Hecker circuit reintegrator, or I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. See, I could never figure out a good method to quick summon the DT, but as blood began to spurt from the gash in my forearm, I realized it. A cybernetic limb! I could program all of DT's Digistruct data into one robotic arm and then use that to summon DT at any time, any place. So I figure, what the heck? And I slice off the rest of my arm with a particle saw. And then my dad's all like, and blood's like going everywhere, but a few hours and a few pints of blood later, I built a metal arm strong enough to smash concrete! Yes, so metal!
Marcy, on the other hand, no pun intended, stole Gaige's early concepts of the DT unit and decided to pass them off as her own, calling them Crime Buster bots. Marcy's father, who owns Holloway Robotics, tells this news to reporters, which makes headlines. Instead of combating bullying, Marcy's concepts are sold to the police force, which Gaige describes as the galaxy's most corrupt police force.
What the hell? Sorry, my newsfeed just picked up an article with Marcy's name on it. Local student Marcy Holloway has made a technological breakthrough which will change the face of law enforcement forever. No, I don't think so. Her new invention, which she calls the Crime Buster bot... Wait, what? Hello, that is my design. Marcy ripped off my science fair project idea. Okay, no. Crime Buster bot will use digistructing claws, thermosonic lasers, and quantum duplication to help law enforcement agencies subdue dangerous criminals? Marcy, what the hell? She completely ripped off my DT design, except instead of using it to stop bullying, she's given it to the galaxy's most corrupt police force. Marcy, you are such a... you complete tool! And that name sucks. Crime Buster bot? Bitch, are you kidding me?
Despite being an inferior iteration of Gaige's design, Marcy's father paid off the science fair judges, winning Marcy 1st place and Gaige 3rd. Everything sort of went wrong for Gaige, as once Marcy had won, she began gloating and rubbing it in her face. This began a back and forth between them, which resulted in Marcy shoving Gaige, triggering Gaige's DT unit to swipe Marcy with its Digistruct claws. Due to a miscalibration by Gaige the previous night, the claws instantly caused Marcy to explode. As you could expect, this didn't go over too well with either the school or the authorities. She was expelled and set to be placed under arrest.
Okay, anyway, Marcy started gloating. She started pointing and laughing at me, and then she pushed me. Okay, that's when things got messy. Deathtrap recognized Marcy as a threat, so he gave her a quick slash with his Digistruct claws. No big deal, that's what it's supposed to do. And I must have miscalibrated them last night when I was adding the Discord circuits, because the second his claws touched Marcy's skin, she kind of like, okay, she exploded. She, like, everywhere. Skin, things, eyeballs, I don't know. It was gross. Anyway, sorry. After they finished cleaning up Marcy and the auditorium, I was escorted to the principal's office, which I've never been to before, and I found out that I wasn't getting expelled or arrested for what Deathtrap did to Marcy. I'm getting expelled and arrested for what Deathtrap did to Marcy, and Marcy is not getting any sort of recourse for what she did to me, which was a serious shove, and I'm traumatized because...
To avoid this, her father helped create a distraction so she could escape. They decided that she needed to hide somewhere the police and the crime buster bots couldn't find them, and so she booked a ticket to the planet of Pandora.
I called my dad and got him to create a distraction. He's very brilliant with things like that, and I'm not going to go into the details about it, but let's just say that it involves a golf cart and a lot of gasoline. Good job, Dad, so that I could slip away. So anyway, long story short, I'm currently echo casting from the cozy confines of a transplanetary shuttle. Dad and I figured I should probably head somewhere where the cops and their crime buster bots couldn't find me. So after a teary farewell, I love you, Daddy, I grabbed a ticket to Pandora, which I've always been kind of interested in vault hunting, but who knows? Maybe here my talents will actually be appreciated and I won't go to jail for being brilliant. 3rd place. I mean, seriously. Bastards.
She stowed away on a train, which just so happened to be a trap set by Handsome Jack containing the Vault Hunters Zero, Maya, Axton, Salvador, and Krieg. It's not until the train actually crashes in Windshear Waste that she meets the other Vault Hunters and decides to tag along with them in pursuit of the vaults. Because the Holloway family is incredibly rich, Gaige gets a bounty placed on her head for $82 billion, though that's never officially seen in-game. And this is where the events of Borderlands 2 take place. She, alongside the other 5 Vault Hunters, joined the Crimson Raiders and put a stop to Handsome Jack, all while opening the Warrior's Vault. We learn in the Wedding Day Massacre DLC that she actually developed a crush on Sir Hammerlock.
Nah, the boys at school thought I was too nerdy. But if Hammerlock ever switches sides, I am going to lock that down.
It makes her even more eager to save his life during the Son of Cromorax DLC, as she's frequently thirsting over him. But in this DLC, various assassins are enlisted by Sparky Flint to kill the characters. Before Gaige's assassin has the chance to kill her, her father takes the liberty of killing them for her.
Dear Gaige, Dad here. Hope Pandora's fun. Heard Marcy's dad sent some mercenaries your way, so I sabotaged their transport and... Oh my god, you are the best dad ever!
Anyway, after everything is said and done throughout their journey, she would become particularly close with Axton, going on various missions with him and calling him a quote-unquote unparalleled stud. One mission the two were sent on was to the planet of Epta to open a vault. Here they ran into Hammerlock's sister Aurelia, and while Lilith did initially order the execution of all of the pre-sequel characters, she then retracted that order and demanded they bring her back to Sanctuary, which they do. Quite begrudgingly, I might add.
Hello, Sanctuary! Guess who's back from hunting vaults on other planets? Did you miss us?
And I'm the nerd? I mean, what's the deal here, you guys? First, Lilith is like, hunt the vault on Epta. And then she's like, don't kill the other vault hunters. Bring back the one chick you found. War is coming.
Ooh, you brought back a new vault hunting buddy? I want to meet her.
No, you don't. Aurelia is the meanest. What's all this about Athena and some guardian and war?
I'm Athena. I was relating to present company the story of how Jack rose to power.
Gaige, like the others, would eventually leave the Crimson Raiders. She perhaps may have had to go into hiding because the takedown of Handsome Jack was big news, and the Holloway family began to hone in on her location. Holloway Robotics has only since grown and expanded their production of the Crime Buster bot, and it's clear based off the echo logs in between the events of Borderlands 2 and 3 that they haven't forgotten their daughter and they've continued their search for Gaige. She would stay hidden for quite a long time, as between the events of Borderlands 2 and 3 are 6 years. Being now about 24 or 25, she seems to have developed a bit of an alcohol problem, primarily when it comes to margaritas. It turns out something she took up the hobby of was wedding planning. We know she had one experience planning Dr. Zed's wedding, which didn't go too well.
We have had some hiccups, but this isn't the worst wedding I have planned by a long shot. The only way Zed's wedding could have gone worse is if he'd actually gone through with it. Bullet dodged! Well, actually, a lot of people weren't able to dodge.
Despite this failure, she would get another chance to plan another wedding. Sir Hammerlock reaches out to plan his wedding with Wainwright, which she accepts. And this is where the events of Borderlands 3's DLC, The Marriage of Wainwright and Hammerlock, take place. While her entry to the planet of Xylorgos is met with a crash landing, she quickly meets the new Vault Hunters, which she gets along with quite well, tasking them with assisting her make sure the wedding goes right. Things obviously don't go right when Wainwright gets possessed by the leader of the cult of Githian on the planet. Gaige and Deathtrap are capable of rescuing him though. The rest of the DLC, she works to try and right this wrong. She, at one point, against her better judgment, lends out Deathtrap to assist the characters. While they find Eleanor's fusion reactor, Gaige determines that she can upgrade Deathtrap in the process. While Eleanor would try and stop this by making the ship's reactor go critical, thus overcharging and incapacitating him, Gaige would believe he was dead until he gets back up even more powerful than he was before, now with a piece of Githian's heart lodged into his face. After this, she guides the Vault Hunters, who proceed to take down Eleanor and the cult, but as for Gaige, she's there amongst the others to wed Hammerlock and Wainwright in front of Githian's heart. They all return to the lodge, where Gaige proceeds to enjoy some margaritas. Some other fun facts about Gaige are that she likes cupcakes, hot chocolate, and her favorite color is purple, as well as she dislikes country music. But for now, that does it for the history of Gaige. If there are any other characters you'd like to see me do the history of, then be sure to let me know in the comments below, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.